Guys, I know what you're thinking. We've only been in Chapter 7 for what feels like a few days, even though it's been over a week at this point, but the first update of Chapter 7 is officially on the horizon. Alright guys, so tomorrow might actually be one of the most stacked Fortnite days that we have had in a little while, and I feel like nobody is fully prepared for how much is actually happening at once, not to mention all of the stuff that's going to be leaked and revealed in this update that we don't even know about yet. This is literally the first real update of Chapter 7 with there being downtime and things like that, and Epic just decided to drop everything on the exact same day. We've got OG Season 7, awesome collabs, new modes getting updates, Lego stuff, reload. It's absolutely insane everything they're dropping in this first initial update. It feels a little bit heavy for the beginning. I think Chapter 7 already started really strong, but this update is going to tell us whether Fortnite is trying to keep that momentum going or if things are going to start dipping again like they have in other chapters. So I want to break down everything that's coming tomorrow so you guys know exactly what to expect. There's honestly so much happening that this could have been like 3 separate updates, but Epic just said, nope, we're just going to drop it all at once on them. So let's just jump right into it because this update is absolutely massive. So first off, let's get the logistics straight so you guys know exactly what to expect. This update is called version 39.1. The actual update is going to drop tonight with downtime at around 4 a.m. Eastern time, probably going up around 6:30 in the morning. And this is basically the first content update of the entire season. Now, up to this point, of course, we've had some hot fixes. You know, they removed the self-revive from ranked. They've also made some adjustments to things like ammo, stuff like that. But we haven't had one of those big actual patches that adds new stuff into the game. So this is where Chapter 7 finally starts to evolve a little bit. Things like Winterfest are going to be added, not necessarily directly into the game, but files, stuff like that. It's going to eventually get leaked. And what's crazy is that this update isn't even the main event. The main event is everything releasing with it tomorrow, but this update is what enables all of it, of course. And I don't even think Chapter 7, like actual Battle Royale, is the main course. And we'll talk about how deep this goes into reload, Lego, etc. in this new update. Now, obviously, the elephant in the room with Fortnite in this brand new update is that OG Season 7 is officially coming back. And I'm going to keep this part short because we just made many videos fully covering it and talking about that. Make sure you guys go watch those after this if you want a deeper dive into OG Season 7. But this is easily one of the most anticipated OG seasons, mainly because of the snow biome, the planes, the vibes, and honestly, just the nostalgia that people have with this season with Christmas in Fortnite. Of course, we're getting the new OG Pass, which are going to have remixes of Onesie, Sergeant Winter, as well as links. Unfortunately, no Ice King as of right now, but after this update, we may get some information about that. Of course, planes are going to come back, a glider redeploy as an item, new POIs like Happy Hamlet, Polar Peak, and then of course, the Infinity Blade is coming later on in the season, which will be a lot of fun to play around with. Of course, the map is going to slowly transition into that full snowy version 2 after the Ice King update, which is one of my favorite things Fortnite ever did back in the day, even though the event itself was kind of underwhelming. Tomorrow is when all of that finally goes live, and if you guys don't know, OG has been down since Chapter 7 came out. I've actually had a few people in my comments saying, how can I play OG? I can't even find it. And it's because it literally doesn't exist right now. It's still actually shut down. So hopefully there are a lot of people playing this for Season 7. I know the posts that we got had a lot of attention towards them, a bunch of likes, a bunch of views. So I'm really excited to jump back into that tomorrow. Now, this is the biggest collab out of all of them, and that is the Playboy Cardi collab. Now, we've known that this is coming out for quite a long time, but we also saw him in the event. We also got a tease to his skin and things that we'll be seeing of him in the event that we had transitioning us from the Simpsons season into Chapter 7. We teleported and saw him on like a basketball court, and I really didn't expect it to be in this update, but he is officially coming to Fortnite. In the background here, you're seeing the official trailer. We're getting 2 full skins for him, Playboy Cardi and King Vamp Cardi, and these actually look way better than I thought they would. I really like the kind of armored version one. Of course, the one of him in the basketball jersey is very fire as well. There's also 2 emotes that are dropping along with him, which I don't believe we actually know what they're going to look like yet. They're Rather Lie and Evil Jordan, which I mean, if you know Cardi, those are pretty perfect. I'm very excited to pick those up. And there are also new jam tracks coming along with him. Of course, Evil Jordan and Sky are going to be a part of those. Fortnite is definitely keeping jam tracks alive. I'm really surprised that they've lasted this long in terms of the item shop. But this is one of those collabs that is going to get a lot of attention outside of the Fortnite community. People that are posting this that aren't even involved with Fortnite, it's getting a bunch of attention. So I'm really excited to see him in the game, and I believe he will be in the item shop starting tomorrow. And literally, you guys, while I was in the middle of recording the video that you're watching right now, something just new came out, and it is Kim Kardashian x Fortnite. She's going to be getting 2 skins right here. There was a little trailer for it. Came out of nowhere. Fortnite also tweeted like, so iconic at Kim Kardashian. See you December 13th. So December 13th is when it's coming out. This one absolutely came out of nowhere. No leaks for this. Nothing whatsoever. whatsoever. So Kim Kardashian is also going to be a part of, I don't know necessarily if it's going to be a part of Winterfest, but she is coming as a collab inside of Fortnite, which is pretty sick. So if you're a fan of Kim Kardashian, you have that coming in literally 3 days. Now, of course, like I said in the beginning, LEGO Fortnite is also getting arguably its biggest update since the launch 2 years ago. And honestly, this might be the sleeper hit of tomorrow. I know LEGO Ninjago is really massive. I know LEGO has been popular off and on every once in a while, but I think this is going to be a lot more popular than people think. But we're literally getting an entire Ninjago expansion with new biomes, new locations, new enemies, new gameplay abilities. It's not just a simple collab. It's basically a DLC inside of a mode in Fortnite. I couldn't be more excited for this. I was a huge fan of Ninjago when I was young. Really can't wait to play this. And I don't know about you guys, but I have not touched the LEGO mode since it came out 2 years ago. It really fell off from what it was before, but I'm really glad to see them still doing this. There are 3 new sanctums being added, which of course go along with, the characters inside of Ninjago. We have lightning, earth, and ice, and a few other ones, I believe, as well. We're actually getting a brand new island entirely with this update, something called Skyward Steps, Breakwater Bluffs, and Forest of Spirits. And visually, they look very, very cool, very clean. I love the LEGO vibe inside of this mode. I love it so much. But gameplay-wise, we're actually getting a 2-part Ninjago storyline. There's going to be elemental abilities, brand new enemies, like I said, daily rewards, and new weapons, of course, like nunchucks and shurikens that go along with the characters from Ninjago. And the second part of Ninjago in the storyline with LEGO is going to come out sometime in 2026. We don't know exactly when, but in this first update, we're getting characters like the main cast. So Kai is going to be in the LEGO Pass, which is coming out tomorrow. Zane, Jay, and Cole are all coming out a little bit later in the item shop, probably the next day or a few weeks later. And then we're going to get some awesome characters later on. We're going to get like Naya and the other kind of side characters that are coming out in the second part of the LEGO Ninjago update, which will also be the second part of the storyline. I'm really, really excited to see this happening. I've wanted LEGO Ninjago inside of Fortnite for a very long time. I think it's long overdue for it to come in here, so that will be a lot of fun. Now, for all of my Reload players out there, something huge is happening tomorrow. We talked about this in the initial video about Chapter 7, but more fight weapons are officially being added. If you don't know what these are, basically the more damage that you deal, the higher the rarity of your weapon becomes. So you literally level up your gun by fighting people, and I think this is really cool, something we really haven't seen in Fortnite before, but it's a really cool mechanic because Reload's pacing is very fast, and this gives you another thing to focus on besides for just running around and taking fights. And if you find one of these, it kind of benefits you to W key people instead of just running around and trying to find loot for most of the game. Now, I feel like Reload has kind of been needing a new twist besides for just, all legendary weapons or, all good chests or, a new map or something like that. So I'm excited to see how this changes the mode, and I'll definitely be hopping on to play this one. Now, there's a ton of other stuff that's coming out as well. Of course, if you guys don't know, it's been all over the place, so I'd be surprised if you don't know. Courage JD's skin is finally being added into the game, so expect that to appear sometime soon after this update. Of course, the Kill Bill Corvette is coming, and we're also apparently going to be getting a free Winterfest wrap tomorrow that I believe all you have to do is log into the game. And another thing, too, is a brand new mode could be coming to Fortnite, the possibility of 5-player squads, which honestly sounds hilarious and chaotic. I feel like this is kind of a bit overdue. I think this would have been more popular back in like 2019. 2018 and early Fortnite, but it's cool that they're adding something like that for Winterfest when everybody's going to be online and you're going to want to play with your group of friends. That's going to be a lot of fun. And another thing too, you guys, is that the Game Awards are tomorrow night, and not only does this mean we might finally see Fortnite win the best ongoing game or best community support, highly doubt that they're going to win that because I think Final Fantasy has won for the last like 3 or 4 years or something like that, but Fortnite will sometimes announce some pretty cool stuff at the Game Awards. And honestly, just in general, if you guys like games, you're definitely want to tune into that. We might be seeing, GTA 6 trailer 3 or something like that. But since there's a lot of stuff going on with Fortnite, a lot of shifting and changing, and especially stuff with UEFN, I would expect something to be announced here. Some type of new trailer, maybe a collab or something like that. But yeah, you guys, tomorrow is absolutely loaded. If you plan on logging in, just expect everything at once. OG, Reload, Cardi, Lego, Winterfest, all of the collabs. Of course, Winterfest isn't going to be in game. I don't want you guys to get it twisted. We'll probably just have some leaks about that. But this is going to be one of the biggest days of Chapter 7, at least this first season. I'm definitely going to be covering everything as it drops, and if there's anything crazy with the storyline, I will be here to make another video every single day. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys are most excited for. Drop a like on today's video. You watched all the way to the end. You must have enjoyed, so drop a like. Subscribe to the channel. I make videos like these every single day. If you guys would like to support me even further, use code Prozero in the Fortnite item shop. I just recently changed it from Prozero YT to just Prozero, so make sure you're using the right one. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting me, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.